Hi, I'm Mrs. Newman, and I will be your Media and Technology Specialist while you are a student at Northern Burlington Middle School. Even though you will not have library assigned to you as a class in middle school, you will be using the Media Center, its resources, and me throughout the next 2 years to help you learn, grow, and prepare for high school. Today, we are going to take a virtual tour of the Media Center and learn about some basic library policies. So let's get started. Before even entering the Media Center, always take a look at the main library doors. I will always post important information here about which classes will be using the Media Center on a particular day and whether the Media Center is open or closed at the moment. If you see the sign pointing to open, then you are free to come in. If you see the sign pointing to close, then you will need to go back to class. If you see the sign pointing to closed briefly, this means I needed to run out for a minute. The door will be locked, but you are welcome to wait outside the Media Center for me, as I anticipate returning within a moment. When you enter the Media Center, you will see the circulation desk on your right. The book drop is here. When you return library items, place them carefully in the book drop. Above the book drop, you will see the after-school sign-up sheet. Here at Northern, we have a program called Greyhound Learning Center, or GLC for short. This is a place for you to do homework or take tests after school, and it is usually held in the Media Center. If the pink sheet is out, Greyhound Learning Center is open for that afternoon. You will need to sign up before the end of the day to ensure you get a space, as GLC is limited to 20 students. Make sure to write your full first and last name, circle if you will need a late bus pass or not, and write the class name of the work you will be doing. Please do not write all or homework, you need to be specific. If the pink sheet is not out, there will be a sign announcing that the Media Center is closed after school. If this happens, you will not be able to stay for GLC on that day. The absence of the pink sheet can also mean that GLC is already full for the afternoon. Please understand that GLC is not a hangout for you to meet up with friends and socialize. It is a place to read, use the computers, do homework, or take makeup tests or benchmarks. If you are found to be abusing your time at GLC, disciplinary action will be taken. The circulation desk continues into the Media Center. This is where you will check out items you want to borrow. Simply take your desired items up to the circulation desk and I will check them out for you. You may check out 4 items at a time for up to 4 weeks each. I prefer you have your agenda book or even your cell phone available when you check out a book. If you have your agenda, you will stamp a reminder about your book's due date on the correct date in your agenda. If you have your phone, I will allow you to enter your book's due date into your phone's calendar so you can remember it later. However, because we're in school, you'll have to put your phone away right after. The circulation desk also has many supplies you may use when in the Media Center. All of these supplies, like pencils, the stapler, and pencil sharpener, are available for you to use at any time. You do not need to ask permission. If it is out, you may use it. Please be respectful of my supplies and clean up any mess you make and put back any items where they belong. Behind the supplies is the Media Center printer. It is a black and white printer that you may use to print any items you need. Also on the circulation desk, you will find tissues, hand sanitizer, bookmarks, and my start item of the week. Take a look at my current highlighted book of the week. It is always one I've read and liked, and think you may like too. Of course, you may take a bookmark when you check out a book. On the side of the circulation desk, you will find other items of interest, such as older issues of magazines and art supplies. You are welcome to come behind here at any time. You don't need permission to browse back here. On the side of the circulation desk, you will also see the PE sports packets. If you are injured and cannot participate in PE class, your teacher may have you come to the Media Center to work on sports packets, and you can find those packets here. Also on the side of the circulation desk, you will see my office. You don't need to come in here unless told to, but it's important to point out because if we have a school-wide lockdown drill while you were in the Media Center, we will gather in my office since it is the most secluded and out-of-the-way part of the library. Directly across from the front of the circulation desk, you will see the pass sign-out area. If you were given permission to leave the room, you need to make sure you follow the appropriate steps to signing out and back in. Step 1. Once you have permission, sign out on the green sheet. Make sure to put the date, your name, circle where you were going, and note the time you are leaving. Step 2. Take the correct pass and go. Make sure you take the correct pass. Each color has a specific location. And step 3. Sign back in with the time when you return and put the pass back in its correct spot. Speaking of passes, when you come to the Media Center without your teacher, you need to have the correct pass. You must bring the salmon-colored pass to use the Media Center. Bringing any of the other color passes will result in me telling you to go back to class. If the classroom you're in doesn't have any salmon-colored passes for some reason, your teacher can instead write you a handwritten pass giving you permission to go to the Media Center. Behind the pass sign out, you will find the majority of the desktop computers. Between this section and the 4 across the Media Center, there are 30 computers for you to use. Each computer is numbered. Most times, you will be able to sit where you choose, but sometimes you will be assigned to sit at a certain computer. In the center of the room is the main table area. Most times you will be told to come in and choose a seat. Sometimes you'll be told to sit in a particular location, depending on your teacher's preference or the project we are working on. Behind the tables, you will see the magazine and couch area. Magazines can be borrowed just like books. Please notice how the magazines are organized, alphabetically. After reading a magazine, please don't just shove it back in any spot. Make sure to put it back in its properly labeled spot so other students can find it. Now, let's look at how the books are organized in the Media Center. On the far left side of the library is the fiction section. Fiction shelves are labeled by numbers 1 through 5, and books are arranged by author's last name. You can easily find where each new letter of the alphabet begins in the stacks by looking at the lettered shelf markers. Behind the fiction section in the back left of the Media Center is the short story collection. Next to this is the spinner. The spinner has a lot of popular paperback books and some genres like horror. Nonfiction begins on the first lower shelf on the left in front of fiction and continues across the Media Center to the next tall section, where reference begins. Books in this section are organized by topic, so you will need to know the Dewey number to find an item, or ask for help. One part of the nonfiction section that you may be interested in is Dewey number 741.5. This is where the graphic novels and manga books are shelved. Behind nonfiction, in the back right corner of the Media Center is the biography and memoir section, with books about people's true life stories. Lastly, on top of many of these shelves, I like to display new and exciting items. Any books on display are available for you to check out. Simply take a book off the display and bring it to the circulation desk. That's it for now. I hope you enjoyed virtually visiting the Media Center, and I know you will enjoy using our beautiful Media Center this year.